Good morning, grasshoppers. You're a little dry in the chat. Wasn't that interesting? What's up with the chat box? Where is the chat box? 1 second. Let me just go to the intermission screen. Got chat box intermission. Let's just check. I know you can see it. It's also possible that I'm misspelling it. How about that? There we go. Now, when I go back to the live screen, and we hit 152, the chat box now works. Good morning, Marrow Chess. How are you, man? Been coaching chess all week, all summer? What are you doing? Not working on your own game? What are you doing, man? Changing accounts on Twitch? Did you forget your old one? When are you going to focus on, buckling down and becoming a truly legendary player that you are? Danny Marrow has the ability, has the creativity, has the drive, has the energy. Life sometimes takes your socks off, but it's up to you to put them back on. Not only that, but you put your running shoes on and you get boogieing. That's what it's all about. Mr. Marrow Chess. Unless this is the other Marrow. That's also possible. Good morning, everyone. You may find this. Fine is usually not fine, by the way. We're in the Dojo Rapid and Classical for today, on the weekends. I know you're probably exhausted. You've been teaching or coaching chess all week. I don't know if you're a main instructor or a junior instructor, but being a junior instructor can often be more grueling. Much more grueling than teaching and then having the day fly by. Trust me. I am exhausted for the same reason. I'm in the middle of 3 weeks of chess camp. It's been extended by 1 week, I believe. I'm going to accept doing yet another week. But driving 2 hours every day at the beginning of the day and at the end of the day is a lot. Checking out Mr. Ali Reza GM 1020. He is very serious. He's been around a long time. 14,604 games. That's very cool. Let's blow this up just a little bit. How can you be banned on Lichess? What happened, man? Did you have an engine running in the background while you were playing by accident? That will do it. It wouldn't be the first of my students. I have another student. I think their entire class, their household is IP banned. I haven't actually researched that. But you can't be banned because of many accounts, if you close those accounts, you should close all of those accounts and create a new one. Make sure you go diligently through and close the accounts. Unless you're listed as a coach and you created those accounts and then you use them yourself. That is a trick. I mean, I've created so many accounts on Lichess for students, but I never used them for myself. You have to go into the forum and appeal. I mean, after all, Fed is banned on chess.com, so what can you do? Aww. Judith Polgár got back to me on Twitter. That was nice of her. She is a good friend, by the way. I've known her since she turned 16. Met her shortly before that in person. Went to her 16th birthday party. I will put up my socials. She is an absolute legend and sweetheart of a person. Join me on Twitter and as well on the YouTube channel, as we are going to add our name to the channel today. We need to go over 100 subscribers on YouTube. My gosh, she turns 46. That's crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. She's just waking up and getting to all of her messages, it appears. Let's follow Ron Hay versus Reindeer in a very tedious game. I don't even know what to say. Wow, this is a very interesting approach. I'm afraid that it might be very close to checkmate in a couple of moves. Oh, but now there's the initiative. I was looking at Queen F5 check on the last move. Queen F5 check. Definitely a perpetual in the previous position. But now what?
Check.
All you need is a golden opportunity here. Oh, kind of a gold opportunity is that? Moment of truth.
Check.
And off they go. Pass pawn. Let's see it. Just a minor setback. Technique. There's no choice here. That's not, yeah, that's no choice. Just a very clumsy spectacle Trying to get these pawns moving. Fast as humanly possible. Let's do it.
check,
Yeah, that did not help. That did not help at all. No, don't pin yourself, Ron. Rook to f4 was going to be good. And now black wins. Oh, maybe black doesn't win, but we start the process all over again. Can you believe black did not play rook f4 when they were supposed to? On knight g7, rook f4, it's game over. Give him a check up and keep pushing.
check,
That's what you gotta do. Alright. Put that queen into position to keep pushing.
check,
Oh, well, we could also do that. I was looking at just queen h5. Because we have to cover h6. We don't want h6 to happen.
check,
You got this. Go ahead, check him up on c3.
check,
See what he does. No, not there. c3. So here, queen to c3 check. If the king moves over, of course, we get to play queen takes. Knight e8 check, knight takes, and black actually wins. Ouch, Ron. Ouch. That is craziness. Well, I need to get it in. Hopefully everybody's in place. We've got QHSR.
Kyle.
Good morning. Thank you for the follow. Pegasus, thank you for the 13 months. Cheers, man. I don't know, that's a... Oh yeah, I'm playing in the tournament, Ali Reza. I apologize. I do need to run downstairs and refresh my coffee. Marrow Chess. I have an account on chess.com. That was what he got banned for. Hold on timeout. On timeout, Marrow Chess, for mentioning the C word on stream. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Oh, somebody else untimed them out? Who was so fast to untime out Marrow Chess? Unless he's been timed out so long that it expired, right? Banned for 6 months. So the 300-second timeout. Hold on, my timestamps are not on. That is annoying. I need the timestamps to know how long I've been ignoring chat. Good morning, Lauren. How are you? Where is, or where are, chat appearance? I think that's it. I need the chat timestamps. Timestamp for new messages. Why did that ever get turned off? Right? Very annoying. Okay, so there we go. How long ago? Mara was timed out at 8:19, and I didn't notice. I apologize, Mr. Marrow. That's all right. You got to watch it with the C word, you know? The C word has to be used very lightly. Not everyone. Not everyone is a member of the evil empire. I am officially back in the tournament, and the music is working, and the mic seems to be working. But every morning, all of my settings are forgotten. So I have to figure out how I'm
Hello there.
Thank you, Pegasus, for the sound alert. Hello there, sir. Master Chess Dojo, indeed. You know, my little tings are not back on either. You know that? That is turned off. Apparently, that is another feature that's been turned off when I'm mentioned in chat. I don't get my little sound effect. Grr. Let's see if I can find that setting before I go to get coffee. Chat settings. Manage team settings. Right, that is where they block all raids. So Kingslayer Sloan's got it. Hold the phone here. How do I go back? Oh no, I think I just jettisoned. Multi-stream? I just jettisoned my whole thing. My whole Streamlabs setup. How are you doing, Lauren, by the way? Are we in this event or what? I need to run and refresh my coffee and do everything that I said I was going to do. Somehow. How about that? If I refresh chat, that's what I need to do. Good. I was stuck on Kingslayer Sloan's screen there for a moment because I went to his editor dashboard, set font. Can't seem to do anything at the moment. Better TV emotes. Oh, there they are. The Kalashnikov Sicilian is definitely a lot of fun. The control element, the king is way safer. Yeah, that's true. I guess so. Oh, okay, under chat appearance. Timestamp for new messages. I have to do this in every single browser, by the way. That is the problem. Every single browser, I have to go through and change my settings so that I can see the the timestamp to make sure that I got to you on time, and that way I give it a posture check. Oh, that feels good. Thank you, Mr. Barrow. I should have you on my channel, Mr. Barrow, doing commentary. That way I don't have to worry about it, because you're much funnier than me. Just naturally much funnier, more affable. That would be interesting. I just remembered somebody asking that I got all of my old students on this thing as streamers, because youth prevails in the streaming world. Anu Bayar is leaving for India on Monday. I can't even fathom going to India. Craziness, right? I need a gig in India. That's what needs to happen. Carlson and Ulf Anderson? I did. Hold on one second. I'm going back to it. 1 second. I happen to have Discord / Facebook / everything open. I didn't get a chance to look at it completely because I think I was teaching in camp at the time or answering questions. Oh, and the video you liked, you were talking about the My Memorable Games Part 1, right? Mad Quick Chess. In Beast Mode. How are you, sir? MQC. I need to change my my call-outs to be a little bit more timely. I have the ability. I have the programming knowledge. I know that I can do it. And Matt Quick Chess is joining us from the Far East at the moment. I was just seeing, I think I saw one of your posts. We're down to 2 games, and if I don't run for it right now, then I'm in trouble. Otherwise, I'm going to come back and my game will be started. Game started. I'll be right back. Get rid of this. Break that.
ready. Time is running out.
Uh-oh, my game has started. What do I get for talking to our guest downstairs? Concha de Luna, how are you? Good morning, sir. Yeah, welcome back. Thank you, Mr. Marrow. He's got channel points to spare. But back to our live scene. Checking. Good. I'm just testing my Uh-oh. Hopefully Conta de Luna is just WFM Anna Kuchala has followed the other day. We did redo our... Hold the phone here. I need to redo our follower goal because our follower goal is at what? You can read that. 57. So I have to start the next follower goal. I already awarded those. So it's not there. It's not in sponsors and products. I put it inside of another folder. That's the tricky part. Stream overlay. Got it. Found it. I need to change the color on that follower goal. That follower goal was too dark. Starting amount 7, and after 2 weeks from today will be 08. One three. Let's do it. 0813 2022. I have to go hunt down Conta de Luna. If you're in the stream, that would be great, sir. I have to change the visual settings. The bar color has to be blue. That's all there is to it. A much lighter color anyway. There we go. It matches the background to a certain extent. That's the key. Does it say the right thing? Conta de Luna, are you online? Dude. Dude. Hopefully you're back. It's a little late for him to join in the game, probably. I don't expect him to. Dude, that's been copied. Hopefully you're back too. National chess champion Matthew Zeitlin. So many national champions, I tell you, I've lost track. So while I'm at it in the stream overlay, we have the bits. We got the cheerer. Got the all-time sub-gifters. A recent subscriber. Recent cheerer. Recent follower. And this one should be recent sub-gifter. If that's possible. How about all-time monthly tipper? Oh, and then the amount. Oh, this is not good. Sorry. How far down do I go? Oh, top sub-gifter. There we go. That's good. Let's see what the difference is here. This one is oh, and then there's more. Item limit 10. I can't do that many. 2. How does that come out? There we go. Back to the tournament. I just need to figure out which one of these is which. Oh, is that the item? The overlay WM. There's a little bit of a...
So, now we're trapped in Fisher's mind battling his own private army, and if we get killed, we'll be lost in limbo till our brains turn to scrambled egg.
Uh-oh, I mucked it up. Thank you so much. Cheers, Rogan Joe Sloan. Or Kingslayer Sloan. Let's do this properly. For the raid. How are you, dude? Our legendary YouTube editor. I'm hoping to add to this today. If at all possible. But I can't seem to fix the recent donator. There's 2, but I really only want 1. That's in the background. There we go. I'm gonna leave it like that. I guess it's good news. Oh no, you can't get John's attention to share the rule? Alright, what is it? I apologize, Lauren. Well, it could be worse. You'd think that I have all the thousands of viewers that AKA Nemsko has when she can't possibly read all of the chat. Posture check still in place for Mr. Marrow. My hair is falling down. I need a haircut. Or as my daughter said, I need mousse. One or the other. Sometimes you can't have both. Better than being bad. Wow. You went all the way to the end, Paul.
This nation owes you a huge debt.
That is pretty cool. Formerly B. Thank you for the follow. Where are you from, formerly B? Are you from the East Coast like Paul and I? Rogan hates it. Sounds like it could be good. Right? If Rogan hates it, it may well be really, 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 really good. Formerly B. Former love you B. Hate is a strong word. I actually thought about banning that word. It's amazing that you could even say that on our channel. I wonder if you can say it because you're a subscriber. Like because we trust you. The take while jumping. Alright, let me just see here. I have to wrap my head around here. The rule goes, whenever two pawns meet face to face on the third rank. So you want to be able to move 2 squares and capture forward. It's not legal. I understand why en passant happens. Wait a minute, you do not. Kingslayer Sloan. Are you just making a whole bunch of cap statement? Because there's no way that he doesn't like the London. It's a useful word, I agree. Perhaps. Perhaps it is a useful word. No, but you see the rules for en passant are necessary because pawns do capture that way. Pawns do capture diagonally. Pawns don't capture moving forward. And so to incorporate this particular rule, you would have to change another rule. No, it's illegal for a pawn to capture by moving forward. That is the unfortunate part. Like I was expecting a knight moving over a pawn if the pawn never had a chance to capture the knight because the knight moved over the pawn could capture that knight diagonally. That would be something. Because literally, the knight is passing over the squares where a pawn should be able to capture something. But because the pawn is so slow, we're giving it the benefit of the doubt that it would have captured. Had the knight been on that square, but we can't actually determine where the knight would have been, whether we count in an L-shaped pattern one direction or the other. I'm only with Rogan because it's illegal. I'm in New York City at the moment, formerly B. As I was corrected by some kids yesterday, I'm just outside of Manhattan, but I am still in New York City. About and experience. That was the other one. Put those in. FIDE? I wonder what that does. I don't think I enabled FIDE. Uh-oh. Yes. And now we're going to have a World Chess Championship without Magnus Carlsen. I still can't wrap my head around this. He actually undid Ali Reza's mistake. He literally helped Ali Reza out, like they're the best of friends. Because Ali Reza threw away the tournament for everyone when he stayed up all night playing Bullet with Daniel Naroditsky instead of preparing for his game. Then he goes into his game with Nepomniachtchi leading the field with zero sleep. And the others are expecting or hoping or crossing their fingers that he can draw. At least if he draws the game, then the others may be able to catch up with Nepo. The Chess Supreme Court. Are you? That's too bad, Paul. I am actually somewhat enthusiastic for Ding. I am unenthusiastic about Nepo. Let's just put it that way. If I were to rephrase what you said, I'm very unenthusiastic about Nepo. The way he played. Only 3 murders on the way to work.
Ready.
I think New York City has always been good. People who don't live here don't understand what's going on. Just like formerly B, for example, when I lived in Brooklyn and I would tell people that I was going into Manhattan, they would say, "Oh my God, you're going to get killed. Don't do it. Don't go into Manhattan." And so then I'd be in Manhattan, walking around, perfectly safe community, everything. And then, good luck, Parano. At the end of the evening, I would tell my friends in the Manhattan Chess Club, you know what, I'm going to give this line another shot. Just because I want to know what it's called. I really do want to know what it's called. That knight is stranded on the side of the board. That's pretty cool. I like it. So how do we break down the center? This might be the most reasonable approach yet. I'm waiting, just waiting for my time. Maybe I misspoke. Maybe I shouldn't be waiting. So to finish the story, yeah, I would be going back to Brooklyn. They'd say, please don't go there. You're going to get killed, right? And then I go to Brooklyn where it's perfectly safe. Walk around the streets, no problem, you know. I think the most unsafe place I might have lived was near the ferry terminal in Staten Island. There I did have my pockets picked once. But it was a non-violent crime. I just woke up. I accidentally fell asleep on the subway. I woke up. The keys that were in my pants pocket are sitting next to me. I happen to get up and I put my hand down on top of my keys and I'm like, what? Why are my keys sitting next to me? And then I realized that my pants pockets had been cut. The bullets hit different here. Yeah, but everybody believes that they are in the safer area. That is the funny part. That is the ironic and amusing part of the story. Interesting. Yep. We're doing what we can to complicate things for Hera NL from the Netherlands. Well, that's interesting. I was not expecting that. I mean, he does have a future for his knight. I do not necessarily have a future for my pizzas. We have an Insta plan. Our Insta plan is A5, A4, A3, A takes B. Possibly. It is not impossible to drive. Hold on here, it's 9:03. I'm only 1 minute off. I'm getting better. I've been a little out of it as far as being able to answer chat. So now, can I do it? C5, knight takes C5, knight takes C5, bishop takes C5, knight takes E5. D7 is hanging. Now that he's castled, let's just continue on our merry way. So he's still stranding his knight. That's very curious. Very curious about him stranding his knight like that. It's just getting curiouser and curiouser. Now the C3 square is weak. The E3 square is weak. We've talked about this before. I don't even know where to begin. I have no idea where to begin. Like Christmas.
Check. Victory.
Aww. Anu Bayar is so sweet. I was very lucky in that game. Honestly, I was. Team Mongolia. We have BM and King Cox, the fourth. Why are there mass migrations out of California, formerly B? Hold the phone here.
Check.
Certainly in Manhattan. Let's just take a few steps back for the driving in Manhattan. Insurance rates in Manhattan are remarkably low. Like, you would not believe how low insurance rates go in New York City. That's a pretty good move, by the way. Not entirely positive it's such a great move, but it's a good move. There we go. So black is just a rook up. There's very little counterplay. D7? What are we gonna hope to accomplish out of this?
Check.
We're facing mate in 1. I don't see a way out of it. You need to cover. Ouch. The king very closely. Maybe. No, it was still bad. No matter what happened. Still now it's mate in 2. A different mating pattern. If I was master strength. Because there are so many hustlers, it's very, very awkward in Union Square. Only tourists really go to Union Square. Tourists and true degenerates for the most part. Para NL, watch your language. That's not a bad move, B5. That's a real line, Para NL. That is a very, very real defense. I promised Alexander Stupinsky that I would look it up. All right, B, I'm going to play the Accelerated Dragon. I have to look it up. I'm looking up the, what's the B5 line called in the Carl Cup? It's probably listed on Lichess, but let's see here. Miscellaneous Systems 175. Knight c3 without d takes e4 is the last one in this chapter. Oh, they only cover g6 in this book. Wow. No wonder people might think that b5. It's not covered in Gallagher's book on starting out in the Karakana at all. Definitely covered in Play the Karakana by Varnus. Varnus was such a great author. Egon Varnus. Nice Hungarian fellow. Spotted a minute on that one. You're actually not supposed to punish it if you must know the truth. You're supposed to admit that you should not have played Knight c3. And that the real move played by professionals is Knight to d2. Well, this has gotten interesting. You need more support. So the real key to raising your rating on a routine basis is to never ever give away material. Never, ever, ever give away material. So I'm going to regroup toward the center. What?
I remember the days, always at the same place, the same people every day.
So
I will never forget
pawn takes,
this black ochre
bishop takes.
standing in front of
So I'm going to take 3 pieces.
we were both in high school.
So he takes a bishop, I take a knight.
Oh, when I was falling for
He takes a rook.
you, you keep drawing me in, and I know it's a sin, but even so,
This is just too fascinating. I can't make up my mind on this one.
tastes like candy.
Wow.
Sunday feels so bittersweet. No,
First things first.
it tastes like candy. You are the sun.
What do I want to do with him?
I can feel the beat of my heart in peace. 'Cause it tastes like candy.
Check.
Yeah, let's give him a checkup first.
'Cause it tastes like
This way we get to play more assertively later.
I remember the night when you kissed me goodbye, and I said I'd be just fine.
Somehow I got up a piece. We're going to drive home the point that we are up a piece
Tastes like candy,
as ruthlessly as possible.
feels so bittersweet, knowing I can leave.
But we get high wages in New York.
You are the Sunday,
The most dangerous cities are Detroit, usually places in the Midwest where you have greater percentages of guns. Uh-huh. So where is that knight going? And what does it all mean? I just want to get my pawn up the board. How about that? I want to stuff him.
tastes like candy. Eat you are the Sunday,
Wow.
feels so
Eat cats, folks.
knowing I can leave. Tastes like candy. Eat you on a Sunday. I can feel the beat of my heart increase.
I don't even know where to begin. This is just so amazingly cool. First things first. Okay. Just trying to get my stuff to better squares. Get my stuff out. Develop. I believe that bullets hit different in New Zealand than they do in New York City as well. They just hit different. So my opponent has one pawn for the piece because I pushed d4. What in the world is going on? Can't believe that this is non-copyrighted music. Can you? Oh, I have to keep an eye on the YouTube stream. I forgot the YouTube chat.
Victory.
I'm sorry, BM47. Let's see if we can go back to this, right? First things first, let's do the analysis board. So the variation with yeah, e5 is not a good move. So therefore, knight takes c6 offers white a 15% chance of winning. White has 1.5 out of 10 game-winning possibilities if you just find knight takes c6. It is kind of rough, except challenge 20. So yeah, I don't know if the crime here is that bad, honestly. I used to look at it this way at formerly B. I used to think of it as I was in Seattle for the U.S. Championships in 2001, and one of the players, maybe two of the players, were mugged or robbed. Now we've got a 64-player field, and you're in Seattle. And two of the players, one of them from the East Coast, gets mugged or robbed. So therefore, when this happened, I said to one of the players, it's too bad you're not in New York, because the odds are safer. If you've got 1 million people on the street, or 12 million people in the city, the likelihood of you being the one that gets robbed is far less likely than if you're in a city of 100,000 people. Given the same percentages, right? So the crime is, perhaps at whatever percentage it's at, but the likelihood, you might as well buy a lottery ticket. Because I would rather be in a city of 12 million people rather than a city of 200 people when the crime goes down, because the odds, if there are only 200 cards in the deck of my card getting pulled, pretty great. So therefore, New York City, very safe. Yeah, I agree with you, BM. That you do have to capture, on average. I think the number one move that I run into is capturing. And now black has a wide variety of choices here, whether I try to sack a pawn with knight takes d5, or I try to throw in knight takes d4, which loses a pawn after queen takes. So therefore, knight takes d5, and after knight takes c6, it gets very, very complicated. I remember once I had the opportunity to play bishop takes c3 in a different position. I'm sure that players have played this. Yeah, it's a 50-50. If I look at the lead chess player database. And in my own database, I've never reached this position. Oh, edit in this position. I've had a6 played against me when I was white. I cannot believe that I was white in this position because d5 is such a good move. Oh, I need to look at this database as black. So here we are. I have played d5 every single time. And I lost once to a guy who was very strong in blitz. Interestingly enough, I won both bullet matches. Uh-oh, let's make sure that our game has not yet started. Good. Ron Hay is battling it out with E. And we'll see what happens here. Let's go back to BM's game for a moment. Oh, actually, I just wanted to see one more thing about that game. The continuation with bishop h6, right? So I didn't even give up a pawn here. E takes d4 is a double question mark move. That's what I wanted to see. So my plan after bishop takes f6 was to play e takes f3. But I guess that's going to be met by the weakness of my dark squares, and I'm just lost. Yeah, that was a silly plan. The only thing I really calculated was bishop takes f8, d takes c3. And after anything takes on c3, we recapture on f8. I also considered bishop takes c3, d takes c3, queen h6. And I debated whether or not I was going to play knight takes or queen takes. But this king is very hard to defend here. Yes, very, very tricky day. Very tricky day. Not want him to castle. Is he really going to castle on that side, though? Go after another pawn. So that way, if anything funny happens, we can just threaten mate. Alright, let's go back to... I blundered with the e takes d4. That's all I needed to know. Ron Hay is in the throes of time trouble versus E1234. E1234 is from Wallace and Fortuna. Where is that? Where are those islands? French territory.
Check.
Tonga to the southeast, Fiji to the southwest, and Samoa to the east. So I knew someone in Samoa.
Check.
Is Ron winning? Looks like it. After that move, it does. Queen takes knight.
Check.
There's a few steps that are needed here.
Check. 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 Check.
When I'm up through the night,
Check.
I can't turn down the noise.
It is very interesting, I have to admit.
check,
This could be a draw. It's very unfortunate. Uh-oh, not anymore.
check,
Your own from home. I would repeat the position just once, probably. Uno, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco, seis. Yeah, you need to repeat at least once.
check, check,
Oops, this loses now. Or does it? Oh no. That was the wrong exchange of queens. And the correct moves by Ron to draw the game as he rushes his king to the rook square to demonstrate the draw. Alright, so meanwhile, back at the ranch, I wanted to look at my game with Para NL. So this is the Gurganidze counterattack, yes. That's right, on the white square. So this is still the Gurganidze counterattack. It also becomes the counterattack when g6 happens. So g6 is the other move for punishing white. Gurganidze system and then the Gurganidze counterattack.
ready,
We're going to give him the English treatment. I don't know what Ron chose to do. I can't believe that our last raid, or an earlier
Nation
raid
knows
this
you a
week,
huge debt.
ooh, I live my life. So I think I know who this is now. Oh, that's okay. I understand Conta de Luna. Dancing on the moon, I live my life. I'm going to borrow this page from, I am borrowing this page from Hollywood. Perfect. Perfect. But it goes when in Hollywood. Perfect. Isolated pawn, anyone? On the low. No, there's no draw here. I don't understand how these draw buttons work. Do they just somehow glow like the ring, the Lord of the Rings? Is he going to play b5 or is he just going to give up the bishop pair? When you're Hollywood, perfect. This looks like a free pawn. I can't tell why it's not a free pawn. Oh no! He got me. He definitely got me. So our work is cut out for us now. I did not look at that move. I learned something. Not happy about having learned something. Not a big fan of Hollywood Perfect, by the way. And we're 2-2, so I should have shown him some respect. He's got me the last couple of times. I believe this is a student in my school. Amware, thank you for the follow. Oh no, I'm sorry to hear that, Paul 1E4. Is there anything I can do to help? Is there anything that I can do to help? I shouldn't have allowed this to happen. But I'm just falling on my sword at this point.
Check.
Yeah, I'm in trouble. There's literally no way out of this, other than my opponent blundering. And now for something completely different. He's just too strong. I'm just going to threaten mate once while he mates me in two.
Check.
Now, how will he mate me?
Check.
Yeah, for the fans, for the content. I needed Ron to not draw with him. That's what I needed. Ron, it's all your fault. Judith Polgár is trying to keep up with all of her Twitter wishes.
There's something that won't let me forget the way that you moved. You tattooed me with your lips. I wore you like perfume.
Hello there.
Were like no other. Two hearts on the edge.
Thank you, Pegasus. Hello there to you. My rating has fallen more than 30 points. That's nothing, sir. That is one game. But when you have someone like that in your life, whether it's a child, as I had with my oldest daughter when she was going through some issues, it affects everything in your world. It does. It's not 30 points. I lost easily 100 rating points when my niece passed away at the age of 29, a little over a month ago, yeah.
I know you see me cross the room. Let's skip to the end.
Unknown. I don't know if it was worth a queen. Was it worth a queen? I guess it was, because it was knight takes d8, king to h8, queen h6. Or queen e8 mate, right? Still mate.
Check.
The next round is going to begin in a little over 20 seconds. Wait just a moment, Sarah. Oh, he wanted to mate with the bishop. Strong. Strong mate with the bishop. Style points. You should be in first place for style points. Will we make it all 9 rounds today? That is the question. I am going to be plugging away for the YouTube subs. I'm hoping that we will make the last 3 today. 97 to 100. All right, Professor Unknown. We're going to give the Caro-Kann another go. And... okay, against Bishop D3, I'm going with the modern line. All of this is acceptable, by the way. Soften up some of those squares. I think he was supposed to play bishop f4. I'm fairly positive that bishop f4 was on the cards. He wants to play c4. I don't know if that's the right way in. Okay. This has become fascinating. My plan, of course, is just to expand in the center. That you stole anyone's car. But I do want the excitement Three pawns for the piece. How many more will I get? That is the question, honestly. How many more will I get? So now I'm up a lot of pawns. Or am I? Am I just not up a lot of pawns? Did I sack my knight for a fourth pawn? I do want my rook in the game, but where do I put my rook? All right, I'm going to get very ambitious here. Let's promote a pawn.
Same old workplace. What's the point of this chase? To just bite our old tail. Wishing that something would change. That we could turn back the page and live like our favorite fairy tales. So a love so free.
Check.
A world of our fantasies. Flying on dragons through sky high cities. These are childhood dreams. It's how we used to be. When we were kings and queens in our childhood dreams.
Am I going to really lose that pawn?
Check.
Well, that's fascinating. All right, let's think about this for a moment. I do need this king on g1, though. That much is true.
Check.
How long has that been there? Professor Unknown. I hallucinated that I needed to play g6, but I needed to play g5. Why did I play g6? Let's just go back to this for a moment here. So when I moved my rook off of g5, it was because I wanted to play g5, by the way.
Check.
I played rook to g2 check so that I could play g5, and then I stopped short. And it never occurred to me that I didn't play g5 until after he played rook h4. He's threatening mate, so I guarded the pawn, and he attacks my rook. I checked him, and now I have one more chance. Nice work, Professor Unknown. Namaste. Good game. I will be probably covering that Caro-Kann. I love the idea of the reverse Sicilian. Is it the English opening that he's playing? Ball 184, is this new? Chessable, by the way. Yes, please subscribe to our YouTube. Well, that really sucked. Is Professor Unknown going to get an established rating anytime soon? I tell you. Nice work, Professor. Did you withdraw? I hope you withdrew. No, he's not here, but he didn't withdraw. So he's going to accidentally give a full point. Make sure you withdraw, Professor Unknown. Where did you go? Are you in the stream? That's such a narrow take on the opening, though. I think the number one response to c4 is either knight f6 or c5. All right, Professor Unknown is back. For whatever reason, he disappeared for just a brief moment. Very funny. In any event, if you weren't there, Haunted Luna apologized. And we have Skywo, who apparently offed 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm sorry, Liam Lee won the Beal Grandmaster Triathlon. Yeah, for example, and he knows what I'm going to play. I do like the 3XK's interpretation of this particular opening with A6 or A3 on the 8th move, give or take, intending to sacrifice a pawn. Sooner or later, we're going to have to guard that pawn with a pawn. Max Warmerdam for the No Castling Chess next year. Oh, I didn't. June 2022. I don't know. Seems like a real account. Ah. I don't have a choice. The B6 lines of the Accelerated Dragon always confounded me, to be honest. They really did. They always confounded me. Okay. He got D5 in. Or did he? That is the question. Did he get D5 in? Yeah, Ron is weighing this very heavily as he knows what I'm up to. To be honest. I don't know that you had a choice there, Ron. You played into this variation with no compensation for that pawn, but for the exchange. So you kind of had your, you were pot committed. Interesting. So now he's giving back the exchange.
This product is brought to you by Unknown Brain. Thank you for listening. Love you all.
But how many exchanges is he giving back? That is the question. I do have to keep that one. Rook e8, rook d1, rook takes e2, knight f6 check, queen takes f6, queen takes f6, a lot of weak squares, baby. A lot of weak squares. So how does knight f6 check work? No, because I don't have rook to d1 in. So where is that rook going? Where is the knight going?
Hang on, we're heading on.
All right, hun.
Check in with you. Later.
Okay. I'm sorry?
Check. Not something.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes, yes. All right, moment of truth. Queen takes e5. Knight takes e5. Rook takes e5. Bishop takes e5. Arc. So he sacked a pawn, but if he gives back the exchange, what does it all mean? Knight takes f3. Moment of truth here. All right, let's just keep our heads about us, because we have a passed pawn now. That is, after all, what it's all about. What in the world do you think you're doing, sir? He's trying to checkmate me. How rude is that? Queen f2 check? That's so weird. The hell? So what the hell? For you. The hell?
Victory.
Oh my god, I won on time. This was such a lively game, Ron. I don't know if we had anything the entire time. That was craziness, Ron. Good game. I don't know if, wow. Oh no. At least Ron finished on the podium. Namaste, Ron. We did not make it to round 9. But it was a very adventurous journey to that exact point. Let's take a quick peek at what happened. I wanted to finish 2 games. I want to thank everyone for being here, obviously. Now let me get to the chat that I missed. So I disagree with Lauren's rule change about pawns being able to capture forward. Basically, she's just asking for pawns to capture forward. And at that, she's asking for pawns to capture forward illegal. Like checkers. Boosted Nigel. I met Grandmaster Mikhail Neidorf in the elevator of the Wild Recital Hall above Carnegie Hall on 57th and 7th Avenue, probably about 1989, give or take. And basically it was, he got into the elevator with me, he sees me push the number 10 before he pushes it, because the Manhattan Chess Club at that point was on the 10th floor. And all of this is well-known stuff. I happen to be white in all these games. We've played this quite a few times. When we reach this position, it should pop up. The whole number should pop up. So only 8 games with this position. The best move for black is d6, to be honest. Queen a5, I have no idea what that move is. King h1 is a very new move. Most of the time I've played b3 in this position. I think against Rogue and Joe Sloan, he may have taken the bait. So after b3, he took the bait and lost the 2 pieces for the rook. I mean, it's much easier to see when the queen is protecting it, but c'est la vie. John, 93 and I lose? Oh no. Yes, in the final position, you do have 93 instead of... So everything's going pretty well here until I play bishop h6. I thought about... But I should just play g4. This is the hard move to play. g4 with everything else hanging? Absolutely. g4 is probably lights out. Right? I'm +5 in this position if I play g4. But after bishop h6, I'm only up a piece. And g4 is still the move. I did consider it. I also considered rook to d1. Let me just take a quick peek at that. Rook to d1 did nothing. Queen to d1, on the other hand, does do something. But g4 is just a rook up. So here, now I have to play king to g1. That's ideal. Can I play g4? Is that really as good? It gets very scary after rook takes d5. And then rook takes h5. That's what I was concerned about. g4 still. I just don't want to weaken my king side. So yeah, this move was terrible because you had f5 wrong. I saw f5 and I was really hoping and a praying, and then you played knight f6 and I felt like I'm back in action. g6. Wow. g3 is such a simple move. Why didn't I consider that move? I guess I just didn't see that this check was met by that check. So rook takes d5, g takes h4, and it's game over. All right, so fair enough. So you get your attack here. Bishop f4, f takes g4, c takes d5 is an only move. Knight on e to g4, f takes g4, I did not play. I did think it was going to be, my whole advantage was gone if I played f takes g4. Wow. I can actually hang on to this? That seems crazy.
Check. Check. Check.
That would have been a crazy experience. Up a piece, I think I would take it, but still. I'm more comfortable in that position. So bishop f4 was good enough to win in the tall-like endeavor. Queen f2. I don't mean that in the literal sense, good enough to win. So yeah, rook takes e4. I actually expected you to play ideas like knight to c3 here. I did expect rook takes. Knight takes would have put my lights out because I can't. This is the same variation that I expected. This is exactly the same variation that I expected, and I'm giving back the exchange and I don't have a choice.
Check.
What was the other move that I looked at? I looked at h3 in this position as well, but knight on e to f2 check just devastates me, so yeah, I didn't have it.
Check.
Really? I can't just play d6? That was what I would have played. Rook e3. And then rook to d3. And I'm in troubles. I am in troubles, booby. Yeah, I have to give it up. Just to get the bishop some room. And I am in troubles. Again, I'm in troubles. So yeah, I lose. So I lose on knight takes e4, rook takes e4, rook f1. I did look at queen to d4. I actually thought that you were going to play queen to d4 here. And I was simply just going to capture your rook. It tells me, though, that I have to take your... I have to play bishop g3, f takes g4. My original intention was to play... Oh, but I'm getting mated.
Check.
And I lose my queen, right? Exactly. So what about in this position after queen to d4? So I have to still play this move. Yuck. With everybody forked. Literally. Everyone is forked. Alright, fine. I might have seen that. Knight takes e4, bishop g3, and knight e3, and I'm toast. I looked at this one too, right? Because I can't guard that square. This is the problem. I can't guard the square because I'm mated on h6, on h5. Yeah, I looked at that one. I was trying to figure out what I was going to do on knight e3. I don't have anything, right? You have this, that, and the other thing. So you played knight takes check first, and then you missed knight e3, which is the normal, natural follow-up. Indeed. Wow. It all came together very well. All came together very well. Craziness. I thought that E1234 was a student of mine, but I don't think it is, if his flag is Wallace and Fortuna. Unless that's where he is at the moment. Maybe he's traveling? I haven't seen them over the summer. I add him to my lead chest notify. Gaiwo, brand new, student account. Anybody without a flag, I suspect to be a student account. A young player. For example, like Professor Unknown. So I wanted to look at the game with NL again. He was white. This is a pretty good line. This was a pretty good line. Knight A4 was a good move. B3. I'm in big trouble here. Ah yes, C4 was a blunder. I blundered in return, but I felt like it did not seem right. You should just continue playing knight to G3, F4, F5, and just pummel me. Just follow up on his ideas. On his knight to G3, I might have to play G6, because I can't do anything about this just yet. Oh, I was looking at this line. It's amazing how much mindset plays a role, right? So I answered with Queen A5. D takes C4. Oh, I just take a free pawn. Is that the option? I still get the D5 square. This is a blunder, and then of course you should just consider playing C5 or not letting me get the D5 square for my knight by moving your knight away. Exactly. Got it. NL, if you are still here. The old one was A3, right? It looks like E5 is the best move. Uh-oh, Magnus Carlsen just lost to Wesley So in the Rapid and Blitz. A blunder. Rook takes F7 was better, yes. I actually considered that move. To try to expose my king. And I was probably going to try to ignore it with Queen takes E3 check. That was my original intention here. Queen E3 check. I could have probably played knight takes E5, which is the computer recommendation. But my original intention was to take on E3 before taking on E5. And as it turns out in the game, that's exactly what happened. I take on E3 and then I take on E5. And in this case, I was going to take on this square. Forcing the trade of queens. And I get castled, right? Queen takes C6. Oh, they want me to castle first with the rook hanging. I'm also tempted to play rook to C8. Does that work? Oh, the knight's covering, so it doesn't work. I just lose a knight. Or does it? Very unusual. Yeah, it doesn't work. I would definitely be going this way. But as it turns out, the game just ended there. That's rough. Very, very rough. So here we go. Let's get one more thing in for the weekend. Promoting the rapid and classical. And we want to get our YouTube followers up. How are we doing on the YouTube, by the way, everybody? Knight to b6 and rook c8, yeah. Way you go. Let's go back to that. That was at 10:19, so that was right after we finished this.
check,
Yeah, there's a lot of options here. So had he played the best move, which was rook takes f7. Oh, we lost our notes. We lost our notes. So yeah, we were looking at this line. Check. Pegasus, thank you for the cheers. Namaste. Legend is way overdue. I need to finish composing what I want to say nice about Ron for his own shout out. And MD Knight Zero for his own shout out, because both of them so Pegasus appears, Pegasus and Pegasus. And the only thing Pegasus cannot get is the latest follow. It's got 3 out of 4 covered. I wonder if Ron is competitive. Right? Could he be competitive? Yeah, knight to b6 and king c8 after castles, right? Yeah, that was what Ron was discussing. I think I like that better than knight f6. Knight b6 and then rook c8 to simplify. Either way, I want to get the knight to this really lovely outpost square. Outpost squares are the bomb in chess. They really, 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 really are. All right. All right, I'm going to change to start the simul. To start the simul today, and 100. And I need to just update the description. Ever so slightly. Let's copy this one over. Sorry, 1 second while I update all of the info. Join the Discord, yada, yada, yada. Copy. So here we go. We're off. We're going to be going to content images. Lichess capture window. Study time window. Oh, I see. It's only going to appear if I go to the studies. Got it. So we will be doing that. Don't worry. Screen 1. Ah! That's a very ugly screen 1. That's not even the real screen 1, is it? The real screen 1 is that one. Well, that's interesting. So I can choose capture window. Okay, good. I'm glad to know that. All right. Meanwhile, back at the ranch. Going to go back to the lead chess capture window. Going to hide the study time window. The chess.com window. Where does that come up? Wow, that comes up. Let's see what the chess.com window looks like. 1 second, everybody, while I adjust this in the new layout, right? What a terrible, terrible screen, yeah? So let's just see here. Always the notifications that bother the daylights out of me. Let's trim that up. Does that work? Let's see if we can actually do some, see where we are on the survival. My top score is 53. What a terrible score. And now, with this particular layout, let's drag this down from the top. So that we can do it this way. And then, and only then, might we drag it out this way. We do have to centralize it no matter what. All right, we'll lock that one in place. That is the cheese.com window. Does that work for everything? I wonder. We'll find out, right? If someone sends me a game or challenges me on cheese.com. The Royal Court. Azeri Chess. New post. I don't want that. No, I don't want that. Such a clunky interface. How do we ever get there from here? And so we're down to one note. What is the Royal Chess Court? Who is that? Orbis. Oh, it must be the Royal Chess Court. Must be Chess Bay. That's who it is. Got it. All right. Well, you're about to hit the road, and we're going back to lead chess. The lead chess window. Simul. Host a new Simul. We need, I'm really not going to do more than 40. I want to be black because, just because I like to be black. We're bolstering the rapid and classical. So the description is in place. Judith Polgár's birthday simul. We're going to do several of these, right? We're going to do 10-5. So it's going to be worth waiting for. The estimated start time is going to be 11:30. AM my time. we're going to give it. We're going for it. But we will start the simul early if. I want to separate myself from. Let's do it. So we want to follow. We need 3 new Twitch followers and 101 YouTube subs minimum. So right now, we are at what? I can't even read my own. We're at 9. We need to get to 12 followers. And I'm willing to accept everybody, obviously. I will accept everybody into the simul. But we have to... And we need to change our stream title while we're at it. We're going for a birthday simul series, actually. Play some co-op FPS with a mate. There's an entry code? There's no entry code. Oh, you may need to join the dojo. You're on YouTube. That's a YouTube comment. Let me get over there real quick. No, you just need to join the. And I have to put the link. I'm going to put the link on YouTube. If somebody is watching on YouTube, we can put the link for the simul over there. Copy URL. Let's put up our link for the socials. Make sure that that one is always advertised. I'm just going to keep accepting everybody. What happened to H lot? Thank you for the sub on YouTube, by the way. Zero. Zero. Let's go to the YouTube channel and keep it open just so that I can see the chat. I need to change the... Oh no. What in the world is going on here? My YouTube has not been updating for the last 3 days. This is terrible. Grr. I'm not happy about that. Not happy about that, Streamlabs. That's really not cool that it says, no! It's 100 subscribers and